Hey guys, this is Steven here with another video on how to play some logic puzzles. This one is called Dominoes, also known as a Dominosa puzzle. What you must do is find all the dominoes within the grid, and a domino is a combination of two numbers, and you may not have those dominoes repeat themselves. So what I mean by that is if you have a 0 here, you can see that there's 4 ways you can form a domino. And if, let's say, this was a domino here, this 0, 2, you couldn't then make this 0, 2 a domino because they would then repeat themselves. So that would force it to be a 0, 4. And what you're looking for is all of the instances. So in a 5 by 5 grid, you're going to go all the way up to the 5th digit. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, and then 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, and so forth. So that's it for the rules. What I'm going to go ahead and do is try to solve this puzzle for you guys and share some common tips or tricks that'll hopefully make it easier for you to solve them yourself in the future. So the good place to start is going to be the corners. And what you're looking for is any repeating instances. So this 1, 5, for instance, is repeated. So no matter what, if the domino looks like that or like that, you have a 1, 5 combination. And so that makes it so that there can't be any other 1, 5 on the grid. Right, so we know that this can't be a domino, that can't be a domino, and that can't be a domino because there's already a 1, 5 in the grid. So how this is helpful is you could then draw a line or wall off knowing that this cannot exist. And same thing there. And you can see what this has done, drawing a line between all the 1s and 5s, is it forced this domino to exist, this 0, 1. Because this 1 can't go anywhere else but up. So that is helpful because now we can repeat the process of drawing a line between all the 0s and the 1s. And like that. And that's forced another domino. So this 0 now has to come to the right. And we repeat the process again, drawing a line between any of the 0s and 3s. I think that's it. The next thing that I would say is after looking at the corners is look for any unique dominoes that exist, and I do that in a systematic way so that I don't miss anything. So I first start with the 0s, and what we're looking for is unique instances, right? So this 0, 0, that's the only 0, 0 domino on the grid that can exist, so we know that that's a domino. Right, if let's say, see if I can come up with another example. So if we look at the 1s, there's many 1, 4 combinations. So we don't know if it's a 1, 4 like that or like that. So that would not be helpful. Whereas the 0s, we know that that must be the domino. And what that's done is that's forced then this 2, 2 and this 0, 4. And we can do that earlier trick where we have to block off these 2s because we know that they can't repeat. So we can draw a line there, and then with the 0, 4s we can draw lines, and that's helpful because that's going to now force some more dominoes. Oops, just like that. So now we can't have any 2, 5s repeat. So we draw a line between those 2, 5. That's it. So there's a domino here that's forced, this 5, 4. That forces this 5, 5. Oops. And we're making progress. So the next thing I'd say is that as you go along, you're going to be creating new corners constantly. And so you can use that first tip time and time again. So you can see now this 4 is a new corner. And this 2 is a new corner. This 4 here is a new corner. This 3 is a new corner. So you could use that first trick time and time again, and I would definitely recommend that because that's going to be helpful for you. Another thing is in the harder puzzles, you want to remember that dominoes always have to have an even number of digits. So you can never have a closed off area with an odd number. So what I mean by that is, if let's say, for instance, see if I can do an example here. If I did this domino, that closes off this region. Now this is okay because there's 6 digits in here. But if on the other hand, I don't know, we closed off an area like this would not work because now you have an odd number of digits. So hopefully that makes sense. And then the last thing I would say is if you're stuck and you just don't know what to do, it's a hard puzzle, you can artificially create chain reactions to see if there's any illegitimate dominoes. What I mean by that is if we were to say put a domino here, that would force this 4-4, and that's okay. So that doesn't help us. But let's say, for instance, we created a chain reaction like this with this. Oops. Sorry. This 3-3. That would force this 1-1, force this 5-1, 4-1, 5-4, and it would create all of those dominoes, and we would look to see if any of those dominoes are illegitimate, and if they are, then we would know right from the get-go that this 3-3 is not a domino. It's rare that you'd have to use that tactic. Again, you would typically only use that tactic in a very hard Dominoes puzzle, or if you're stuck and you can't find any unique circumstances. So hopefully that's helpful. I think from here I can finish this puzzle off fairly easily. We're looking, this is the last 0, so that 0-5 must be the domino because the 0-2s are already showing on the grid. So this has to be a domino there. If we look at the 1s, we have a 1-1 pair here. That's the only 1-1 pair, so that must be a domino, and that forces this 1-5. And now if we see we need a 1-2, so this is the only 1-2, and that's going to create a chain reaction. Now this 4-4, this 3-2, this 3-1, and now we need so we can draw a line between this 1 and 3 because we already have a 1-3 domino. And let's go to the 4s. Here we need a 2-4 domino. We do not have a 2-4 domino, and this is the only 2-4 domino that exists. So that will be a domino and create a chain reaction for this 3-3. And now we know this 3-3 can't be a domino, right? So we can wall that off, and that's going to solve the puzzle for us. So that's it. That's a Dominoes puzzle. I really like it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. This was an easier example, but they can get tougher. Obviously, as you get a bigger grid with more dominoes, that makes it tougher. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.